Before us lies Aru Village, the safe haven of the desert folk.
Whoa, this landscape is really...
Simon. Unless my memory fails me, we have barely spoken 2 words to each other before now at the Academia. Would you care to enlighten me as to when and how I invited the General Mahamatra's wrath?
Hatham, do not think you can escape my judgment just because you managed to escape my attack.
Judgment? So that's how you'd characterize your actions here, is it? Or would elimination perhaps be a more accurate...
Had I used my full strength, not even this traveler would have been able to stop me. Though styled like an assassination, I sought only to ensure that my target would be unable to flee or resist. Standard practice for the Matra, as well you know.
Seemed to me more like your own personal...
Who is that, Al-Haytham? Did you come...
Yes. General Mahamatra Sino, head of all the Matra at the Academia. He's a formidable hunter, and the ultimate nightmare for any who have committed academic crimes.
You seem to have placed a lot of trust in Al-Haytham, to the point of blocking an attack for him. If I were you, I'd never choose to side with him. I wouldn't believe a single word that comes out of his mouth. I have been pursuing this scribe for a long time. I urge you, stand back.
Has Al-Haytham done something wrong? Paimon doesn't think he...
I won't waste my breath explaining things. Al-Haytham, I saw it during our fight. Take it out. The divine knowledge capsule you're hiding on your person. Unless you want me to retrieve it for myself.
Very perceptive of you. Nothing escapes a Matra's senses.
Wait, the divine knowledge capsule? Didn't it fall into the Matra's hands in Port Ormos?
No wonder you speak with such confidence, Sino. But I must admit, I'm very curious. What does this capsule mean to you? And why, as General Mahamatra of the Academia, are you all alone in the desert? As far as I'm aware, the other Matra have been speculating about your disappearance. Have you been given a mission that's, let's say, morally dubious? If I was the real target of your mission, what was stopping you from simply using your authority and resources to judge me within the walls of the Academia?
I should have known you'd be difficult to deal with.
You two? Ugh. What should we do, Traveler? Paimon feels like we can't trust either of them.
Well, look at you two, acting all tough and self-righteous over there.
Wait, Dia? Great! Finally, someone that we can trust! You gotta help us out here. Otherwise, these two are gonna start fighting again!
Yeah, sure looks that way. 2 giants from the Academia duking it out once and for all. Not something you get to see every day, that's for sure. Listen, I know you academic types love to fill up your big brains with self-righteous morality and lord your empty rules and virtues over each other. But how dare you bring your petty disputes into the safe haven of Aru Village? It seems like someone's gonna have to beat some sense into your thick skulls until you finally learn to respect these grounds. Hey, did either of you hear a word I just said?
Whoa, what's going on? The wind's so strong. Is this a sandstorm? Paimon's gonna get...
Another sandstorm? What's up with these recently?
Hey! All of you, over here, quickly! We have to take cover.
Someone's calling for us! Oh, this wind is too strong! Let's get over...
That sounded like Candace. Come on, you two. Jeez, are all of you academia folks such hard work?
All right, stop yelling.
A shield is not enough to protect the most important things. That's why we must also...
Well, hey, want to play sardines with 3 people who want to tear each other? The air is so thick and heavy. Paimon can hardly keep floating anymore.
My sincere apologies, everyone. This is the home of our village chief. I will have to ask you to make do with this small room until the sandstorm dies down. Please, let me introduce myself. I am Candace, protector of Aru village.
Our savior has come out. Nice to meet you, Candace. The name's Paimon. Thank you so much for helping us.
There's no need to thank me. It's only right to help each other when the weather gets rough.
Wow, she's so gentle and caring, like a nice older sister. Unlike those guys over there.
All right. Now that we're all better acquainted, we should return to the topic at hand. As a guardian charged with the responsibility to protect my fellow villagers from harm, I was observing your conflict from afar, even before the sandstorm started. And now that you have set foot within our village itself, it is all the more my responsibility to make absolutely sure that you pose no threat whatsoever to us. So please, have an honest and sincere conversation with one another and put your hostile feelings to rest. If anyone dares to start anything again while they are under this roof, I will not hesitate to send them out for some quality time with the creatures of the sandstorm.
Oh, on second thought, Paimon may have misjudged Candace's character.
And that goes for you too, Miss Dia. Do I make myself clear?
All right, we got it, Candace.
That's what I like to hear. So,
I was supposed to be a mediator, but I might have gotten a little too involved just now.
Wait, that was you trying to be a mediator?
I have nothing to hide, so there's no shame in explaining myself. While Al-Haytham wasn't wrong about the other Matra not knowing my whereabouts, it's not because I've been assigned a morally dubious mission. Rather, I've chosen to exile.
Huh?
A little while ago, I discovered that there was data missing in the Academia's project planning and development files. What little they did report clearly did not match the project's actual progress. As General Mahamatra, I had the responsibility and authority to request an audit. However, to my surprise, the person responsible for the erroneous data was none other than Grand Sage Azar himself. I tried to investigate the issue myself before submitting a formal audit request, but I soon found that all leads and potential pieces of incriminating evidence were I began to realize that they were cautious of me from the very beginning. Unsurprisingly, the Grand Sage rejected my audit request as soon as the submission reached his desk. He even said to me, "The power of the General Mahamatra is granted by the sages. You have no right to judge us."
So they really are up to no good.
I realized then that to the Grand Sage, The Matra are nothing more than tools for the sages to assert and maintain their control over knowledge. The vows that we took, the principles that we strive to uphold, they are meaningless to the academia of I believed it would be wise to flee the academia before the sages had a chance to take action against me. This way, they can no longer I will never give up on this investigation. There's no need for someone else to give me power, or
Sino seems to have the same goal as us. We're all investigating the sages. Plus, now that he's no longer the General Mahamatra, he somehow feels a lot less scary. Well, Sino, if that's your story, then why did you see Al-Haytham as a target?
when I was investigating the matter in the academia, I overheard a conversation between Al-Haytham and a sage. The sages asked you to investigate a blonde-haired traveler. Do you dispute this, Al-Haytham?
What?
Like many parts of the project, this assignment was undocumented. Now throw in your suspicious behavior with the divine knowledge capsule, and I think we deserve an explanation.
Yes. I was indeed tasked with investigating the traveler.
Al-Haytham?
After all, the promised reward was so great that hardly any scholar could have refused. The sage told me, once you've completed this assignment, I can give you a glimpse of divine knowledge.
A most enticing offer.
Unfortunately, those academics don't know me at all. Their words contained one key piece of information, namely that divine knowledge indeed exists. That gave me all I needed to know. From my perspective, the sages are far from trustworthy. Think about it. Isn't it a little strange they're so willing to share divine knowledge with anyone, even as a reward? So, I began my own investigation following the lead of the divine knowledge capsule. In the end, I realized my wisdom in committing to this rather than collaborating with the sages. Had I been less guarded, I probably would have ended up like that Ain al-Ahmar mercenary, incapable of remaining sane for long enough to hold a conversation.
You mean that the sages originally planned to dispose of you, using one of those capsules that drive people insane?
I'd already given up on the assignment by then. I only told the academia I was waiting in Port Ormos for you to appear so they wouldn't suspect anything. So it came as quite a surprise when I encountered my erstwhile target while investigating the divine knowledge capsule.
Criminals do love to talk about coincidences.
Even though I ran into the traveler by chance, I had no intention of providing assistance to the academia. Also, you should remember, you were the ones who decided to follow me and strike up a conversation after I left that tavern.
That's true. Al-Haytham helped us out at Caravan Rebat as well. Maybe he's telling the truth.
I'm willing to apologize if that's worth anything to you. I took the divine knowledge capsule behind your back because I judged its existence to be a significant risk. I felt that it would be best for no one to interact with it before it had been properly studied. After all, curiosity often proves to be the most dangerous thing in this land.
You should be well aware, Scribe Al-Haytham, that curiosity can also lead you to danger and suspicion. Answer me this. Did the sages share any information about their project with you?
Have I not made myself clear? You and I are both distrusted by the academia. Do you really think they would tell me anything?
Fine. Although you haven't completely proven your innocence, I won't regard you as an enemy, for now.
As you wish.
Good. I'm glad to see you two clearing up your misunderstandings. And now you, Dia. I believe it's your turn.
Oh, sorry. Whatever the boys were talking about must have been so boring that I spaced out. My situation is pretty straightforward. My employer, Dunyarzad of the Homayani family, is friends with the traveler and is currently recovering from her illness at home. I had nothing going on, so I decided to return to our village for a visit. I was actually looking forward to a pretty exciting time getting back together with everyone here. But then I saw these two random guys in the middle of a pointless argument. It ticked me off, and things went downhill from there.
Is that all? Well, I will admit that definitely sounds like your style. In that case, welcome back, dear.
That's more like it. I missed you all so much, Candace.
Whoa! What was that sound?
No need to worry. Now that you're no longer at each other's throats, please make yourselves at home. I'll take a quick trip outside to clear out some of those creatures in the sandstorm.
Creatures? In the sandstorm? Are you sure you don't want some backup?
Fighting in a sandstorm is not for the faint-hearted. Anyone without extensive training in these conditions is at a disadvantage. You needn't worry.
Yeah, just leave him to Candace. Don't worry, she's as tough as they come.
The winds died down. That means the sandstorm's over, right? Candace still isn't back yet, though. Is she all right? Maybe we should go out and check on her.
When you put it that way, even I'm starting to feel a little worried. All right, let's go. We've been here long enough, and the boys are as chatty as the floor.
Join the Aramites and embrace a wonderful new life.
I hope I can be as cool as Candace.
Grandma, is the Scarlet King really gonna come back from the dead?
Candace, you're still fighting? You've been out here dealing with these creatures the entire time?
Yes. They just keep coming in waves. I've lost count of how many I've defeated. Before I realized it, even the sandstorm had...
Here comes another wave!
Leave this round to us. I got interrupted earlier, but now
It's been quite a while since I've seen the Flame Mane in action.
I'll be sure to put on a good show. Let's go!
Life goes on.
Teamwork is dreamwork! Adventure time!
Wind blades!
Be gone! Let's light it up!
Orders given. Orders received.
Everybody stand back!
life goes on. Here comes another wave. When are they ever gonna let up? Wheel of life.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
I always bounce back. Just watch me. Let's.
Windblade. The creatures stopped appearing. Was that the last of them?
What we fought just now was probably the aftermath of the sandstorm. So we should be safe for the time being.
Well fought, everyone. No injuries, I hope.
Huh? Who are you?
Ah, my apologies. I haven't had a chance to greet you yet. I had my hands full taking care of the village's elderly and children. I am the chief of Aru village. Everyone usually calls me Uncle Anpu.
Sir, I am also originally from the desert, but I have not been back for some time now. May I ask if such sandstorms are common?
I can't say they've always been common, but recently the storms have become increasingly severe and frequent. Besides sandstorms, we also occasionally get earthquakes. According to an investigator who stayed in the village a while ago, these unusual natural phenomena are related to the withering of Irminsul.
So, Irminsul's withering causes withering zones in the forest, and sandstorms and earthquakes here in the desert?
Everything in the natural world is inextricably connected to Irminsul. These regional symptoms can indeed be a reflection of Irminsul's present state.
Everyone in Aru village needs to take good care of themselves. Speaking of which, why haven't I seen a single village keeper since I got here?
Village keeper? Who are they? Village guards like Candid?
Does your curiosity know no bounds? Village Keeper is how Aru village refers to mad scholars exiled here by the academia. Most of them are scholars who lost their sanity after a period of training in the Avidia forest. The academia believes that their crazed mutterings may have a negative effect on the psyches of other scholars. So,
Alas, that's exactly what we've been trying to investigate. One by one, the village, but no one in the village has ever seen them leave. If you're planning to stay around the village for the next few...
I've had encounters with those people in the past. I'll see what I can do to help.
The Matra are the ones responsible for their exile. Now that you're...
Mock me if you will, but if you are guilty...
Oh, you're the former General Mahamatra.
Is it because you're reminded of Hypatia? Oh, these poor scholars. But, is it really a good idea to
I'll be grateful for the assistance. No doubt you will do a better job than some of my former subordinates. Let's start by finding a spot to share what we know so far.
I'll keep this close.
When in Aru Village, please respect the local customs.
Although I've sent myself into exile, I'm still doing essentially the same things as before. Do you still have any questions for me before we start our investigation? One of my former subordinates told me that this title has its origins in a strange incident. The Academia has long exiled mad scholars to Aru Village. A mysterious phenomenon exists here. When mad scholars first arrive, they are as incoherent and deranged as before. But after spending some time here, they invariably begin to calm down. Initially, the people of Aru Village greatly resented having to take in the mad scholars. But a strange incident one night changed that. Aru Village was struck by the strongest earthquake in living memory. Seeing buildings on the verge of collapse all around him, the then chief of the village was preparing to take everyone to safety. Suddenly, he noticed a mad scholar crouching in a corner, caressing the ground with his hands. A soft, green light radiated from him, like a divine glow against the backdrop of night. Despite the powerful tremors that ripped through the ground that night, all the houses remained upright, almost as if they had grown roots reaching deep into the ground. In the end, not a single building collapsed, and no one was hurt. After that, the people of Aru Village treated the mad scholars with greater kindness, and began to refer to them as the village keepers.
A soft green light? A mad scholar protecting Aru Village? What do you make of it, traveler? Paimon thinks so too.
In theory,
Oh, no wonder.
if you are able... So, what do you make of the story? Really? Lesser Lord Kusanali.
What? You don't believe us? Lesser Lord Kusanali was definitely using the Akasha to give her power to the mad scholars.
No, it's not so much that I don't believe you. I'm just struck by your reasoning. Lesser Lord Kusanali, the current Dendro Archon, is she really active in Sumeru? The Academia has always placed far greater importance on the late Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. They've more or less ignored Lesser Lord Kusanali, and I've never had any reason to doubt their views. In addition, I've never heard any stories about Lesser Lord Kusanali and her deeds. To me, she might as well have been a god that never existed.
No way! Nahida definitely exists! She's a... How should Paimon put it? She's a good Archon who's kind and wise, even if she says weird stuff sometimes.
I've spent many years interrogating criminals, so I can easily tell when someone is lying.
Good! Then you should know that we're telling the truth.
That look in your eyes. How can this be? To think, our Archon has been amongst us this entire time.
All right, now it's our turn to put our skills to good use for this but easier said than done. Especially since we don't have any leads. Maybe we...
Excuse me, are you here to help me find my grandpa?
Huh?
By the sounds of it, a resident of this village.
My name is Isak. You'll help me find my...
Is your grandpa a mad scholar?
Hey, don't say that. Grandpa is just Grandpa. Why do you have to call him that?
The person you're referring to is not a local, yet you are. Why do you call him Grandpa?
Grandpa is just Grandpa. I heard everything you said to the village chief. Please, you gotta take me with you. I want to find my grandpa. I swear I'll...
So you're the one who was eavesdropping on us around the village chief's house. I was planning to go out and take care of whoever it was, but I had a vague feeling that they didn't harbor any ill intent.
Whoa. Hatham wasn't kidding about Matra having sharp senses. Sino, he's just a kid. All he wants is to...
Sorry, I was only listening.
All right. But first, let's confirm the facts with Candace.
Sino is super vigilant. Is this what all the Matra are like?
Ah, you're back already.
We just wanted to confirm something with you. Do you know a boy by the name of Isak?
I had a feeling he'd go looking for you.
Huh? You knew this would happen?
Yes. Although he tried his best to stay hidden, I still noticed him eavesdropping outside the window. He really wants to get his grandfather back. Isak's parents were both Aramite mercenaries who rarely returned to the village after finding employment in the city. He was raised by his grandfather. Unfortunately, it was only a few years before his grandpa passed away. Isak was still very young at the time, so various families in the village took turns caring for him so he could survive. Later, an elderly mad scholar arrived at the village. Isak thought the scholar bore a striking resemblance to his grandfather, and thus often spied on the man. However, the scholar was unkempt in appearance and incoherent in speech. Although Isak referred to the man as his grandpa, he was afraid and didn't dare to approach him. One summer night, the oft mumbling and bumbling grandpa suddenly calmed down and seemed to become more lucid. He even noticed Isak hiding in the distance. So Grandpa walked up to Isak and patted him on the head. He even took Isak to the entrance of the village, where he patiently taught the boy the names of the stars and accompanied Isak until he fell asleep. The next morning, Isak woke up and wanted to go find his grandpa again, only to realize his grandpa no longer recognized him. However, even so, Grandpa retained his calm expression. It's said that those who saw the scholar claimed he no longer appeared to be crazy, but appeared to be living in his own world, almost as if he were sleepwalking. Isak was thrilled that his grandpa was able to find peace and would follow him all the time, asking him things like, "Grandpa, want me to take you somewhere fun?" Or, "Grandpa, could you tell me stories about the stars again?"
All this somehow just makes Paimon feel really sad. It seems like they both deserve so much better.
Perhaps. Nearly everyone who lives in the desert has some form of hardship or regret. But even so, we must still continue on with our lives. It's also my reason for fighting. I must continue to protect this land.
Maybe the people have always had a considerate God watching over them.
Huh? What did you say, Sino?
No, nothing. As long as Esau keeps his word and doesn't get in our way, we can take him along.
Perhaps you are more compassionate than I gave you credit for. Please accept my thanks on Isak's behalf, Sino.
Oh, it's you guys.
We've cleared everything up. Let's go find your grandpa.
Really? Wow, thank you so much.
Let's ask the local residents some questions.
One, two, breathe. Three.
Excuse me, did you happen to see where the missing scholars went?
You mean the village keepers? When I was eating dinner the other day, I saw one of them by the side of the road, muttering away and eating
Okay.
Anything else?
The scholars that have gone... Don't change the subject.
Right, but honestly,
Do you also think...
Grandpa, it still feels, well, what...
Gotcha. Yeah.
Stay safe and don't get hurt. Join the Aramites and embrace a wonderful new life.
Sir?
Oh, the last time I...
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, that's... I've known you since...
Wow. Okay.
Don't say anything for now. Let's head over there. Stay quiet as you move.
Thank you. And sorry.
Listen, see if you can make out what they're saying.
Have you heard? The mighty Scarlet King, the sovereign of our faith, will soon return to this world.
Yes, of course I have. The Scarlet King is the one and only true ruler of this land. I've never believed in any other gods. Still, you say he's coming back, but it sure doesn't feel like life's about to change around here anytime soon. What's your proof?
Haven't you noticed? The village has been getting more deranged scholars than ever. Delavar was saying that many people also went insane just before the fall of the Scarlet King's civilization in ancient times. We don't quite know why, but it seems like there's some sort of connection between insanity and the Scarlet King. Isn't it a sign of the Scarlet King's power that all the mad scholars have disappeared? If you ask me, they must have been chosen as the final sacrifice for the Scarlet King's resurrection.
Huh. Now that you say it, that does make some sense. Does this mean our lives are finally going to take a turn for the better?
Exactly. Those city folks will get what's coming to them.
Now, repeat everything you've just said from the very beginning.
Huh?
Who are you? Where did you come from?
My patience is running thin. You heard what I asked.
Yeah, bro, this guy's something else. Just look at his eyes. One wrong move, and he's gonna flay us alive.
Let's not get on his bad side, okay? I'm...
Okay, good sir. What is it you would like to know?
Tell me about the Scarlet King.
Well, I only know a few things from hearsay. I went for a drink the other day and heard others talking about a rumor that the madmen will disappear and that the Scarlet King will return to this land. I'm not making this up.
Hey, go on. Keep talking.
It's true. It's all true, sir. We desert folk have had more than enough of those people at the academia. They keep sending us all their mad scholars and won't let us have a good life. Would you want to live like this if you were in our place? The radicals were even more thrilled. Delavar also said that once the Scarlet King returns to our side, it's only a matter of time before we conquer the land on the other side of the wall. They're all willing to serve under the Scarlet King and fight for a share of the glory.
Is that so?
Seems like he still wants to know more.
Got it. At first, I told myself it was just the drink talking, but then all the mad scholars vanished without a trace, just as the rumors said. Please don't beat me up just for mentioning these rumors. If I'm guilty, then everyone else around here is also guilty. I'm just saying what the others said.
The people here really like the Scarlet King, but dislike the Dendro Archon.
Where is this radical person you talked about?
I haven't run into him over the past few days, so he probably hasn't been around the village. What about you, man? Have you seen him at all?
No, not at all. We wouldn't dare lie to you. He's really not here right now.
Sounds like you're not too close with the radicals.
No, of course not. All we know are their names.
I have many ways to stop you from talking, and many others to stop you from sending warning messages. So you'd best just stay home and hope I don't hear of you trying to come. Don't do anything until I've gotten to the bottom of this.
Yes, got it.
That scared Paimon half to death. Sino is pretty terrifying. He didn't try to reassure us at all. It's like he's used to hearing that. Oh, Paimon bets lots of people have told him that before.
I heard that.
Sorry.
It's part of being a Matra. The rumor we heard just now seems like a strong lead, but we need to check a few more places. Very well.
Isak!
I'm here.
Where's your grandpa's house?
Well, I can take you there. Just follow me.
Join the Aramites and embrace a wonderful new life.
Grandpa, he likes to be alone. Sometimes he stares at the sky in a daze, and other times he just pokes at the ground with his fingers. Every now and then, he yells out at the top of his lungs, so a lot of people are really scared of him. But he's a good person, really. I know he is. I swear, he's just like my real grandpa. This is where Grandpa usually stays.
There sure isn't much here.
No.
Incense? Please don't say it's the same one as before. But are you okay? Are you getting dizzy? Or
There's a scent that you can sense, but I can't.
A certain traveler here once passed out from that smell. Thankfully, Tyner...
So.
Huh?
Yes.
Wait.
No. No need. Did you first encounter this scent at Tainari's house? In the forest. From a scholar.
What are you looking for?
Here it is. Take a look right here.
Paimon doesn't...
Although the traces have been completely buried in the sand, there are footprints the size and shape. They belong to an adult male. This pattern is a common one from this area. The scent is quite faint, but still extant. The footprints head in the direction of the door.
But who would come looking for Grandpa?
We'd have to ask whoever lured him away with the incense.
Huh? So you can lure someone away with just a scent? Hey, what's wrong?
Exactly. Even deep within the clutches of madness, they still yearn.
No.
So someone's taking advantage of their weak... Are the rumors really true? Could the disappear...
It's highly likely.
Please, you have to save my Grandpa. Grandpa's
Sounds like we'd better help get him...
Let's head to Aru Village and...
Right. The darker fabric definitely looks a lot better. That'd be my choice, too.
We're back, Candace! We've got a lot to tell you.
Ah, welcome back.
Sounds like everyone's friends already.
Oh,
You bet.
Reasonably.
we haven't seen him.
Huh.
Did you find out in... I see.
The resurrection of the Scarlet King? First I've heard of it. Far as I know, the kind of incense you just mentioned is only popular beyond the wall. Scholars are fond of it. Not to mention it seems some...
Makes sense.
So what should we do then? Do we go back to the...
If it was any up... Didn't you say that the villager...
If Paimon remembers correctly...
Ah, yeah. Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit, Edgar, the... These guys have one thing in common, and that's being broke. The rougher life gets, the more they want to believe in the Scarlet King. Way they see it, the Scarlet King's Throwing all of Sumeru into chaos is the only way to change the way of life.
Tia! You're amazing! You're like...
No, Merc.
Let's head out.
Now hold on, you're staying... Aru Village is not a big place. Outsiders stand out here like a sore thumb. I'd bet word about you has already gotten out. The desert is compared to you, mercs like me are just third-rate amateurs. I've got no actual... I need to go around and...
Fine.
Good. Then we've got a plan. The Traveler and Paimon will go to Caravan Rebot with me, and we'll try our best to figure...
All right! Sounds like a plan!
Sino.
I don't mind.
Ah, I see.
No, it's natural to...
Sounds like you're starting to get familiar with the area.
Paimon's amazed.
I know what you mean. I had the same question every time I walked this way when I was a kid. Also, why is this high wall here? And can a wall really block sandstorms? It was only after I grew up that I realized the wall of Samiel isn't just there to keep out the sandstorms. It serves a more important purpose, keeping out people like us. Sumeru is run by wise and mighty sages. To them, us desert dwellers are nothing but tools that can be used and discarded at their whim. We're cheap labor, like livestock, but easier to control. Nothing more. Even if a child from the desert got the chance to obtain an Akasha terminal, almost all their requests for knowledge would be denied. The academia believes we're underserving. Geniuses like Sataria are 1 in a million. The other children never get a single chance to try and rewrite their fate, even though the academia knows very well that we're humans, just as they are.
That's terrible.
I would tear down this wall with my own hands if I could.
Hey, Dia. You're not thinking about doing anything scary, are you?
No, not at all. This place just gets me thinking, that's all. Besides, we're here to procure information, aren't we?
Yep, we gotta catch those.
Shh. Caravan Rebot is crawling with people, so be careful what you say. We don't want anyone to find out what we're here for. Our mission started the moment we arrived here. Let's go check out the tavern, maybe. Just our luck. None of them are here today.
You mean you don't?
Dia, is that you? What a coincidence. You're... Oh, and who do you have with you here? Guests from another land? Hello.
Anyway.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Have you seen...
Of course I have.
I've got a...
Ah.
Hey, keep it down. Let's just say I prefer to keep...
Yes. How can...
Welcome, weary travelers. All who seek rest will find it here. Travelers and visitors, don't miss out.
What? So he's not at the hotel room?
Are we there yet?
Yep. This is the place.
This place is practically deserted. What are they doing in a place like this?
Why don't you take a guess? Go on. A wild stab in the dark. You're like lambs to the slaughter.
Oh no! It's
What's this all about, Zaki?
Come on, Dia. You really think we didn't hear about what you said back in Aru village? The boys have kept a close eye on you from the moment you set foot there. Not only do I know that you're looking for Delavar, I also know that you've teamed up with people from the academia to look for the missing scholars.
So, you've been watching us from the very beginning?
Uh-oh. Paimon knew leaving Sino behind.
And you left the strongest one in the village, didn't you? Who do you think you are? You really thought we'd fall for your little business deal?
So you and Delavar have been partners all along.
Dia, I guess it's only natural for a traveling mercenary like you to be out of the loop. Those of us who hang around the tavern have stronger bonds than you. But you got one thing right.
If that's the case...
I'll be honest with you. If it weren't for what you said in the...
Delavar. And Engar, you're here too, huh?
Long time no see. Dia.
Yeah.
See?
You're not wrong.
Enough talking! Get him!
Just as I expected. Let's teach him a lesson, traveler.
Following order. New punching bag.
Windblade.
Let's light it up! I'm going in!
Just like we rehearsed. Go.
You're open.
Prepare to be blown away.
Off we go!
I'll take my... Impossible!
So, what do you think about your meticulous network now? I'm guessing you're in... And of course, you... Even though you hurt... That so-called Flame Main is just a fraud. She admitted it herself. She just uses her connections to gain... That's what you thought. And you were stupid enough to fall for it. I figured as much the first time we drank together. You all... Okay, that should be all of them.
Whoa. So you've been planning this since we were in Aru Village?
No task can be done without preparation. I just happened to notice a couple suspicious-looking people while you were out in...
Oh.
Those two who were snooping around were just a couple small fries. If we want to get the...
Oh, you mean the funny name she mentioned back in Uncle Ampu's house? The wide-eyed butcher, scar-riddled bandit, Paimon can't remember.
That's just a bunch of drunk talk. Engar and Delavar like to talk themselves up when they're drinking. Engar, the wide-eyed butcher, and Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit, are the nicknames they came up with for themselves. Alcohol has a way of making people share what they really think. So Engar and Delavar are always rambling in the tavern about how the Scarlet King is a superior deity.
What about Zaki?
He's just a numbskull who fell right into our trap. Zaki was probably the best hidden of them all. My initial plan was to find Delavar first, and then try to track him down. That's what you wanted to ask when we were at Uncle Anpu's house, right?
Wait, so he...
No.
Wow.
Ah, you're too...
So... About how mercenary...
Does that bother you? What makes you so sure?
Dia? Do you just...
You two are pretty sharp. No, I don't have anything against the Dendro Archon. I've heard a lot of nice... Dunyarzad's just an ordinary... I've begun to reel, but I see through...
Dia...
Anyway, looks... This should be all of them. I'll let you take it from here.
All right. I'll be in touch.
Candace?
Candace will be okay. She's been guarding Aru Village for quite some time now. If anyone is qualified,
While I'm
I'll meet you back here tomorrow morning, traveler. As for these idiots,
You heard the question. Now answer me.
Candace is an expert at dealing with people like this. All we have to do is wait for her work.
Let's go somewhere.
Hey, Dia!
Right on time.
Paimon's been one.
We've known each other for...
Oh, Paimon!
Yep, I guess us mercs on the other...
Well, Paimon thinks...
Really?
Oh, Sino's here.
Yes. I was here yesterday to help out a little.
To help out? By doing what?
Sharing some interrogation technique.
Oh, you mean you taught Candace some more...
Right.
Come on in, everyone.
Come on, let's go inside.
Candace, where... Whoa, you look furious.
Do I?
Oh, there's no mask that can hide true bloodlust. Cover up your eyes, and it'll still show itself at the core.
Perhaps I need to work on my composure. Still,
Yes, please, don't beat us.
Well, looks like Sino taught her well.
you fear death yourselves, yet you do not hesitate to place the lives of others at risk. The ones you call mad scholars are known to us as the Village Keepers. They are vital members of our community. And some you come here.
You've made your...
We may both be the people of Aruva. A war would only...
I'll tell you ever.
I'm listening.
They're called Village Keepers. Slip up...
Yes, it was all that mystery man's doing. He told us to spread word about the Scarlet King's resurrection and talked us into helping him. In return, I'm not...
That's one.
Huh?
Strike.
Wait, I'm telling you... He got us to... You gotta believe me.
That was indeed the truth. Traveler, go on.
You have to believe me. If I knew that, I would have told you his name right away. That guy, he wears a cloak, and he's always careful to cover his face. He calls himself the Scarlet King's envoy.
I believe I may know what's going...
Uncle Anpu.
Smooth.
Okay.
If my suspicions are correct, this mystery man they speak of... Some time ago, people from the academia attempted to take the Village Keepers... It strikes me now...
Which means...
Not the academia again.
Just as I... But what could they...
People are nothing... Regardless.
You're right.
Time to go.
Yes.
You got it.
All right.
Let's meet back here. come from?
Well, as you can see, I am merely sitting here and reviewing what we have deduced thus far.
You were gone for... Hey, what's with the silence?
You never think things through before asking questions. I'm giving you some time to make up for that.
Paimon's so mad! Paimon's gonna give you an ugly nickname! There's just nothing so...
Well, anyway.
Yep. Enough with the silent treatment!
No. I'm just surprised that you decided to team...
Alhaitham, you haven't helped us out at all ever since we arrived at Aru Village. Bold of you to question our choices.
Yeah, you...
While you were in...
Really?
To be honest, not to mention...
Huh? Right here?
Correct.
What did you look...
I'm going to take you...
What is that?
How do you think the residents of Aru Village feel about what we're doing? In other words, do you truly believe every single word the villagers...
You mean some of them lied to us?
Hiding the truth does not necessarily equate to lying. Again, remember what Gandis... By contrast, the perils of their daily lives are ever-present concerns. Glad you're following. Among those, the reason be...
Those eyes.
Don't change the subject.
It's quite obvious that she's intimidated by Sino's authority and strength.
Right. You were asking about the
She corrected herself mid-sentence because she's aware that there are Scarlet King fanatics in the village. If she sounds too friendly towards the village keepers, she could easily make herself the radicals.
I think it's been a few days since I last saw them.
Remember? She made a point of denying her involvement in anything that...
But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them, even though they act a little strange.
After speaking to the village chief, it became clear that the village keepers had protected Aru Village at night. In other words, the young miss was very much awake during that time.
Then why would she...
By getting involved with an outsider, she risks drawing unwanted attention to herself.
I'll pass on this. You said that she is a...
Liron!
Miss Shawnee, as we discussed earlier, I've brought someone...
Mr. Alhaitham, I'm aware of where you stand, but how can...
Huh?
Go ahead and talk to her. You'll... Go on.
Is it really that simple?
May I call you Traveler? Do you think the resurrection of the Scarlet King can truly change Sumeru for the better? Why's that? That's fit before. Traveler, do you believe our lives will get...
Yeah, we came here from another... But even so, we have friends and...
My apologies for posing my questions like that.
Alhaitham told us...
The fact is that I'm... Only some believe in the...
Speaking of which...
Yeah, slowly, I just stopped talking to people. I pretended not to hear or... And then it happened.
You can tell them.
All right, I'll tell you what I actually have a sharper sense of hearing than most. Sometimes, I hear... Perhaps, it used to be loud...
I confirmed this with the bot. Because we're in the middle of a desert,
There's really...
I think they used to use it for treating Elazar.
Yeah! One, two... Faster? Okay, faster.
Ooh, pretty. Why do they never teamwork is dreamwork!
Ooh, is this the place? It's in terrible shape, and there's sand everywhere.
Empty and forgotten. An ideal place to hide people.
That's close enough.
Try this on the side.
Take cover!
I'll be back.
Windblade. Monsters! Watch out!
Life goes on. Everybody stand back! Off we go!
Prepare to be blown away!
Opening box of adepti drinks. Adventure time! Adventure time! I'm going in! Wheel of life.
Just like we rehearsed!
Off we go! Adventure time!
Oh. Windblade!
Teamwork is dreamwork.
Be gone! Windblade!
Rise.
Let's light it up. Everybody stand back.
Wheel of life.
Windblade!
That's gonna hurt in the morning. I'm going in.
Windblade!
Orders given. Orders received. Rise.
Try this on the sun! Windblade!
Let's light it up. Teamwork is dreamwork.
I didn't feel that.
Windblade!
Let's light it up.
Just like we rehearsed! Windblade!
Life goes on.
Everybody stand back.
Windblade! Be gone!
I'm going in.
They were easier to deal with than Paimon had expected. Super strong bandits? Or He looks super serious. We gotta stay on our A game too.
This is the one. Let's go in and take a... Patience. Shawnee says she only hears the crying at night. We have time to burn. Until then, I'm taking a break.
And just like that, he sits down. What are you reading?
Okay, sure.
Huh? The natural position.
So,
Oh, Paimon gives up. You keep reading your book. See ya. How is he so relaxed? Look at him, reading an impossible book in a creepy place like this. Hey, Paimon's your... And anyway, it's not Paimon's fault. Paimon's getting so sleepy. Huh? What was that sound?
there it is. It's coming from that direction.
Is the sound coming from here? Huh. Paimon's not seeing anything.
It's from below. Something is off about the interior here. As I thought, there's a hidden...
Wow. It's like they tuck... Oh, it looks like there are other...
Come on, let's go. There's a fortune to be made. Off we go. I'll ensure your safety. Let's light it up! Huh? Yeah.
Hi! Press this on your side!
Faster? Okay, faster.
Teamwork is dreamwork! Why do they never miss? Adventure time! Swing blade!
Wheel of life.
Swing blade!
Windblade.
Rise.
Everybody stand back!
Wheel of life.
Let's light it up! I'm going in! Yeah!
Look, there's someone over there. Good idea. Let's approach him slowly without a...
Wait. You're...
He can't speak, and his eyes are unfocused. But he looks too young to be anyone's grandfather. Also, why is he the only one here?
Didn't expect to see him here.
You know him?
He's Razak, a senior of mine at the Academia.
He's a scholar too? Is he the kind that holds up in a forest and...
No. And that Razak was never involved in any of those things. He never... Leaving that question aside for the moment, looks like they've already taken everyone away. For whatever reason, they left Razak here. There are drag marks on the ground. They're clearer by the doorway. Someone was forcefully drawing a cart that was loaded with something...
Loaded?
That is one possibility. It looks like they were in a hurry. The symptoms are identical.
Huh?
Allow me to jog your... Don't you think his symptoms look familiar?
Oh, now that you...
Correct. The Academia... It isn't difficult to deduce their ration. First, these rumors were all the persuasion that, as well as being life for the desert, many would get, even if complications arise. The notion of an...
Oh, that makes a... But...
Throughout this first, they were scholars. Then, they became lunatics. After that, they were exile. An exile is still... If you can't find some...
Resource?
One possibility...
Extract?
With the technology of perhaps the
So, the human brain...
I'm the Academia script. Anyway, judging by Razak's state, or perhaps his curiosity... The look on your face tells me you've realized the answer. That's right. However, the Academia is... I've spent quite...
You mean you're not...
All scholars see extracting in...
Sounds like you're...
Of course. Whether it be academics or this matter...
Wait!
Not to be callous, but there is no shortage of
Probably not.
You can say that. The divine knowledge capsule is...
Hyman's been wanting to say this for a while. There are a lot of bad guys in the Academia, but you're not one of them. You're their weirdo.
You're probably right. Though I must say, I quite enjoy this feeling of being the odd one out. Uniqueness is also an asset, is it not?
Wow, that's a great way to think about it. Paimon's really impressed. If only Miss Shani had a similar mindset, her life would definitely be a lot easier.
I'm just a more likable person than her in general. He won't last long if we leave him here. We'll work out our next step after we return to Aru Village.
Adventure time.
We're back!
You must be tired. You should rest and take some water.
What's the situation?
Who's this?
Unfortunately, somebody who's too young to take on the role of Isak's grandfather. Nevertheless, he's one of the people we're trying to find.
So, at one point in time, the abandoned Elazar Hospital served as the Academia's site for extracting divine cant knowledge.
Yep, pretty much.
Their plan must have been implemented at some point before we arrived at Aru Village, since divine cant knowledge has been in circulation for a while now. Yet, they fled once we were headed to the village, almost as if they knew we were on their trail. Why is that?
Yeah.
We may have a mole, and one of us could be secretly...
Huh? Are our friendships that...
Looks like none of you have realized wherein lies the Sino.
Wait, what's that supposed to mean?
Choose your next words very carefully.
It is simply a logical inference. I have my reasons.
So what you're saying is... Sino's the mole. Interesting. And here I thought you were the most suspicious one.
I know. You have a point. But I realized something as we were returning from the hospital. Sino isn't like any of us.
What are you trying to say?
Do you still remember who you are, General Mahamatra? As a Matra, you are no doubt privy to certain kinds of information. Before you can take action against someone, you are required to have all the facts available, including the less than savory details. Simply put, the Academia has traditionally allowed you access to a wealth of sensitive information. Knowing if you want to raid
the Academia...
It's not that simple. The Academia has eyes all over Sumeru, but they every so often come... I remember seeing...
You're saying that the... But what's the point in...
The Akasha is capable... The Akasha's algorithm...
It predicted my...
The Academia has been...
So that's how it... Tenacity of will and... Sino, don't take it to heart.
They escaped...
Don't blame yourself. It's not like any of us would have known.
I have an idea. If they predicted my movements, then I might be able to guess where they went.
Whoa, you bounced.
There is always an...
Oh, so that... If the Academia...
They'll want to proceed in the direction opposite of where I'm going. I must go.
There's also something I want to investigate.
Let's go, guys! After up!
Please, wait! I want to go to...
You want to go?
I want to find...
Everyone, I leave him in your hands.
Yay! Let's go! Remember, the Paimon feels like we're...
I'll be awaiting your...
Go see me trade the Scarlet King. Get what's coming to me.
Faster? Okay, faster.
So, where do we go from here?
Yes. After leaving the village, we should head straight toward the desert.
I know the desert like the back of my hand.
Is that because...
Yep. One time, Grandpa almost got lost in the desert. but I was the one who brought him back.
Faster? Okay, faster. Faster? Okay, faster.
There's something here. What's this?
It's buried in the sand. Looks like we'll need to roll up our sleeves and do some work.
And Paimon thought running around everywhere was already enough work. Okay. So we have to dig it out? Whatever's down there, it looks like it's buried really deep.
These are likely fragments of an academia-developed device, something akin to a headset. Looks like there were more than one village keeper. They must have been escorted this way because there are device fragments scattered around here. Let's split up and search the area. Chances are that we'll find other things nearby.
Is this what we're searching for? It looks kind of scary.
This is definitely a device used to extract divine knowledge.
How did it end up buried in the sand? That can't have been part of the plan. They must have been attacked along the way.
Wait, what?
Grandpa, I hope you're okay.
Don't worry, your grandpa's gonna be fine.
Razak didn't display any signs of starvation or dehydration, which means that they left fairly recently.
We should be able to catch up.
One more thing. Given that the device had been entirely covered by sand, I believe the attack must have happened prior to the sandstorm.
Let's keep going. They can't have gone far.
But running on sand is so tiring.
But you're flying, aren't you, Paimon? Is flying over sand tiring too?
Of course it is. Swing blade. Ha!
Voices, over there. It sounds like an argument.
Whoa, you have really good ears.
Don't get any closer. They'll notice us.
Dia's talking with the Eremites? Very interesting. Let's listen in.
If you had informed me sooner, there'd be plenty of room for us to...
You're one of us. We would never lie.
Scholars. You don't know as much as I do. Need me to...
I knew it. That's our Dia.
Dia? Why would you? Dia!
Hey, what are you doing?
Huh?
Didn't you say you'd help me find Grandpa? Why are you on their side?
Well, look who's here. Ain't that something?
This complicates things.
You've betrayed Aru village?
So, this is the great General Mahamatra. Dear, you'd be better off as my assistant than hanging around with this motley crew. Seen for yourself, I have the means and methods and my ideals are far more admirable than theirs.
I'm not the type that's easily swayed, Raman. You of all people should know that.
Wait, what's going on, Dia? Whose side are you on here?
Shut it, Paimon.
It doesn't matter. Whichever side you pick, nothing could deter us from the grand mission of resurrecting the Scarlet King. Once our Lord of Old returns to this land, we will have a new beginning.
Face the facts, Raman. It's not gonna happen. You should understand that more than anyone. Have all your years as a merc taught you nothing about placing hopes in a ruler?
I'm a desert dweller and a proud follower of the Scarlet King. Whether I live by the edge of the sword or in peaceful comfort, my soul will always carry this conviction.
It's not too late yet. The village mad scholars aren't gonna bring the Scarlet King back to life.
You don't understand, my dear lady. Pursuing our faith is our purpose in life. Even if the chance of success is 1 in a million, we must be willing to give everything we have.
Even if it'll expose you to the academia? Even if they end up disbanding the Eremites? Your Eremites, which you've worked so hard for all these years?
Yes. We've waited a long time for this day to come. The sun and the moon no longer shine here. All you see now is cracks in this desiccated land. But fate has finally dealt me a hand to play against the academia. With these scholars in our custody, we'll stomp the academia's forces and fight our way beyond the wall of Samiel.
Ridiculous. Think about it. The academia controls the entirety of Sumeru. Your powers are negligible in comparison. If you still don't believe me, then try asking these 2 men. They're also against the academia, but neither of them are as arrogant as you are.
They look more like pawns of the academia to me. Why would I listen to anything the people of Greater Lord Rukadavada have to say? Filthy traitors. Your god abandoned all honor and betrayed the Scarlet King. We desert dwellers will never trust the likes of you.
It's impossible to communicate with someone so hostile. Perhaps we should.
Do you really believe that by kidnapping the scholars, you'll be able to negotiate with the academia? These people have no value as bargaining chips, but I could be persuaded to take their place as your next hostage. These scholars were exiled from the academia. I, on the other hand, am their current scribe, and will be a much greater asset to you.
Wait, you can't be serious.
So, you want to trade places with the hostages, do you?
Precisely. Any wise person would gladly accept my offer.
What are you thinking? What if they decide to kill you instead?
Well, that would be bad luck for me. However, I'd get the chance to observe the scholars, perhaps even find out the truth.
Think you can talk me over with that confident look of yours?
I'm not trying to persuade you. I'm using this as a means of joining forces against the academia.
You are the scribe. What do you have against the academia?
Not all desert dwellers believe in the Scarlet King, and the same applies to the academia. Why must all knowledge seekers approve of the academia's way of doing things?
You academia scum. Every last one of you is nothing but a hypocrite, just like everyone else on the other side of that wall. I've made myself clear enough. I won't listen to another word from the Dendro Archon's people.
Not so fast. I'll hate them. Do you stand by everything you just said?
I never make empty promises.
You know you're making a dangerous...
Don't get any closer. They'll notice us.
Dia's talking with the Eremites? Very interesting. Let's listen in.
If you had informed me sooner, there'd be plenty of room for us to...
You're one of us. We would never lie.
Scholars. You don't know as much as I do. Need...
Dia? Why would you... Dia! Hey, what are you doing? Didn't you say you'd help me find Grandpa?
This...
You've betrayed Aru village?
So, Dia, you'd be better off.
I'm not the type...
Wait, what's going on, Dia? Whose side are you on here?
Shut it, Paimon.
It doesn't matter. Whichever side you pick, nothing could deter us from the...
Face the facts, Raman. It's not gonna happen. You should understand that more...
I'm a desert dweller and a proud follower of the Scarlet King.
It's not too late yet. The village keep...
You don't understand, my dear lady.
Even if it'll expose you to the academia? Even if they end up...
Yes. We've waited a long time for this day to come. With these scholars in our...
If you still don't believe me, then try asking these two men.
They look more like pawns of the academia. Filthy traitor.
It's perhaps...
Do you really believe that by kidnapping the scholars, you'll be able to negotiate with the academia? These people have no value. These scholars were exiled from the academia. I, on the other hand...
Wait, you can't be serious.
So...
Precisely.
What are you thinking? What if they decide to kill you instead?
Well, that would be bad. However, I'm not trying...
You were the...
Not all desert dwellers believe...
You academia scum.
Not so fast. I'll hate them. Do you stand by everything you just said?
I never make empty promises.
You know you're making a dangerous decision, right?
I do.
Good. Raman, hear me out. These people are my friends. Maybe you can't take the followers of the Dendro Archon at their word, but what about me? Do you trust me?
We've known each other for years. Of course I do.
In that case, I'm willing to vouch for their honesty with my right arm. Come on, Raman, don't be a coward. If you're serious about taking on the academia, you need to steel yourself. You can't be afraid.
An arm from the flame mane. You've piqued my interest. But what if you refuse to oblige? What should I do then? No one's a fool here, Dia. We're mercs. And mercs don't tend to live long unless they have their wits about them.
You're not wrong, but this is different. I promised my friends that we'd bring back the village keepers together.
Let's do it right here then. Give me your right arm as proof of your resolve.
Don't listen to him! He's not even trying to negotiate! He just wants to make things more difficult!
That's fine.
Are you crazy?
We came here to save lives. One arm for that many people is still a pretty good deal, if you ask me. Raman, I'm holding up my end of the deal here. You'd better not let me down.
Sure. Go ahead and cut off her right arm.
You don't have to go this far.
That's not for you to decide.
Do it! Stop!
What's wrong? Can't do it?
Flame Mane, you and I are both desert folk. Cutting off your arm is no different than cutting off my own fingers. Where's the sense in cutting my own kin to pieces? You've shown me that you're serious. Go on now, take your friends and leave. Meet me in the desert at noon tomorrow.
Phew. I was really counting on him not going through with it.
Dia! That was crazy! Have you all lost your minds? What if he'd actually cut your arm off?
Then I just have to hold my claymore with my left arm. Okay, I'm sorry. But sometimes when you're out on a limb, you gotta double down to seal the deal, you know?
Don't ever make a promise like that again. I can deal with the likes of them. If it came down to it, you would not lose to them either.
I don't doubt it, Sino. But this is about more than me and them. There's a lot more where they came from. Even if we got rid of one bunch of radicals, there are others out there. Wiping them out would do more harm than good.
As you wish.
I'm sorry, Dia. I should have stayed put and listened. I should have trusted you.
It's okay. I promised you I'd help find your grandpa, so I'll do whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes? You just might be scholar material.
Huh? Are you serious?
The Eremites once said that I was a lunatic. Perhaps a little madness is essential to be successful in research.
Why does it feel like he's using his praise for me as an excuse to brag about himself? Okay, let's get moving. We should head back to the village and rest up. Today was just a trial run. Noon tomorrow is going to be the hard part.
You're all here so early.
Looks like we have everyone here. Isak, are you sure you want to come with us?
I'll watch from a safe distance. Dia, I want to be there to bring Grandpa home.
Okay, let's go then.
Dia, wait.
What's the matter?
I heard that you were quite reckless yesterday. No more of that today, understood? Or I'll be very upset with you.
Fine.
Wait. What's the matter? I heard that you were quite reckless yesterday. No more of that today, understood? Or I'll be very upset with you.
Come on, let's go. There's a fortune to be made.
They got here before us.
Uh-oh. Is it because Paimon overslept by 5 minutes and held everyone up?
Is everything ready?
Absolutely. Although, you brought fewer people than I imagined.
Bring him over.
Grandpa!
Why is there only one of them?
Rahman, I've always thought of you as a man of his word. What's this about?
It's a one-for-one exchange. Sounds fair, don't you think? And let me put it this way. Agreeing to any kind of deal with the Dendro Archon's people is already a huge compromise on my part. Don't you think you've asked enough?
You stay right there!
Boy-mate, what do you think you're doing?
Don't you see this blade here?
You coward! Why are your hands shaking?
Wait a second! It's a earthquake!
Paimon's dizzy.
This day's going just great.
What a nuisance.
The sand dune collapsed. I saw an energy field. The village keeper protected us. It glowed green with dendro. Just like you said, it may well have been the remains of Lesser Lord Kusanali's power inside the scholar's body. The Dendro Archon. The present one.
Grandpa? Grandpa! Oh no. He's.
Hey, look around you.
Did there used to be a temple here?
It seems that when the sand dune collapsed, it exposed these underground structures. The symbols on the gate belong to the Scarlet King's civilization. This structure must be ancient. Over time, the sandstorms completely buried it and left it in the state we see now. It could have been an underground palace in the distant past.
Oh, a miracle. Praise the Scarlet King!
What's he doing here? And his men too?
They must have fallen down here with us. Pretty lucky if you ask me. Most of them seem in really bad shape, except for him. He got off lightly.
Mind your head.
No, this isn't the time for conflict. Our exalted Lord has shown us the way to his sacred palace.
He's not actually gonna go in there, is he?
As it happens, I want to take a look inside too.
What are you doing?
Don't you think it's curious? 1 minute, Lesser Lord Kusanali's power protects us from harm, and the next, remnants of the Scarlet King's civilization appear. 2 major deities are vying to showcase their power to us. It would be a shame not to witness them both.
Paimon thought you weren't interested in gods.
Indeed. In my view, gods are just a higher form of living being, or creature, you could say. New discoveries are always worth investigating. Whether they have anything to do with gods is neither here.
Rahman, what are you gonna do about your men?
I'll just let them lay here. The Scarlet King will take care of his people.
One, two, breathe. 3.
It's full of life here. This defies comprehension. It looked completely desolate from the outside. Yet, it flows with energy inside.
Yeah, and there's so many plants. It's so pretty.
Sir Rahman.
Huh?
Do you see another Rahman here?
Are you mocking me? What do you...
Interpret it however you want. But there's something I'd like to draw your attention to. While this structure is clearly left over from the Scarlet King civilization, the energy that flows in here is that of the Dendro Archon.
Whatever you say. It's not like a...
There's nothing to be angry about. Think of this as an...
It does seem kind of strange. If that's true, then we might have to
Faster? Okay, faster. Faster? Okay, faster. Huh. dream work! Lauren,
Windblade!
Life goes on.
Windblade!
off we go!
Be gone! Windblade!
Everybody stand back!
Life goes on.
Let's light it up!
Windblade!
Let's light it up! Teamwork is dreamwork! Get out of here! Take cover!
Windblade!
Let's light it up! Faster? Okay, faster. Wheel of life.
I'm going in! Be gone!
Windblade! Rise.
Let's light it up! Adventure time! Off we go! Off we go! Adventure time! That's gonna hurt.
Sacred name, Fortune Preserver.
Let's light it up! Everybody stand back!
Windblade!
Why do they never miss?
Why do they never miss? Teamwork is dreamwork.
Life goes on.
Let's luck. Let's light it up. Windblade, be gone.
Wheel of life. Faster? Okay, faster.